entrepreneur and a businessman could possibly become the next president of the United States. That's Donald Trump.
Now, the treasurer for the LA County Republican Party, John Goya, joins us now to talk about support for Trump in the last few days before the November 8th election. How you doing, John?
Yeah,
Thank
and
you.
I was
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, I was surprised to hear that the Republican Party in Los Angeles County is on the Trump train.
Absolutely, 100%.
Really?
Yeah, we've always have been, and we decided that whoever got the nomination for the party, we would stick with them. Although I got to say that before that, there was a bunch of us on the board that were Trumpsters.
Really?
From the get-go. I was, from the minute he announced.
From the minute he announced.
Yeah, and I'm a Cuban American, and there were 2 Cuban Americans on the ticket, and I was a Trumpster from day one.
Why a Trumpster from day one once he announced?
You know what? I grew up in New York.
Okay.
Okay. Although I was born in Havana, I grew up in the New York metro area, mostly Hoboken and Manhattan. And I always found that Trump was a man of his word. I always enjoyed the Trump family. And even when they had the hard times, they always seemed to pick themselves up. And when even the city of New York couldn't do some stuff, Trump did it for them.
Yeah, like lots of buildings. I mean,
buildings. He changed the face of Manhattan, which is difficult to do.
And this is one of the things that I think has been attractive about Donald Trump is that there are tangible things to show that he has done, versus, the public service life or like Hillary Clinton. And Donald Trump does talk about this all the time, that she's been in public service for 30 years and what does she have to show for it? Well, it's harder to show that maybe you've provided this for someone and provided that for someone than to show a giant skyscraper, all over the country or the world.
And also in Central Park, we have a skating ring, the Trump skating ring, which the city tried to do for 5 years and they couldn't. For whatever reasons, Trump came in and did it within 6 months, opened it, started, and off it goes. So there's a lot of pleasure for a lot of young kids, young New Yorkers in love. I remember being on that skating ring many times as a youngster. And
did you fall in love on the
No, but I went there for dates and stuff.
Wife's like, what? She's sitting here going, what? No.
I'm like, I really enjoyed living in New York. I really enjoyed the Trumpsters. It's a great family, and that says a lot about Donald Trump.
Are you worried at all about the lack of public service experience with Trump?
No, we weren't worried about it with Barack Obama. So why should we worry about the lack of being a politician when the politicians have gotten us into the ruins that we are in today in this country? I think it's time to get rid of a lot of these politicians. And by the way, I agree with what Donald Trump said yesterday, that he would love to see a bill pass with not allowing congressmen and senators to be there 50, 40, 30 years. So just like the president has 2 terms, maybe we should look at that, because our government was never meant for politicians. Our government was always meant for men and women, thank God now women, that are are citizens too. So when you put a person in a job for that many years, it's a problem. So I really think that it's time to put Donald Trump in the White House and make changes in this country to make America great.
There are some Republicans that are like, I will never vote for Trump. And I'm guessing there are some within the LA County at the same.
Not on the board, but there are some people in LA County that are running even for office. And you know what? I have pulled my endorsements and supported those people.
Wow.
Because I feel that if you're not going to support a ticket that's going to make so much impact, the next 4 years are going to be crucial to our country. You're talking about Supreme Court justices are going to be named. You're talking about Obamacare. You have one person, and I've seen one of your segments. You have one person that wants to continue Obamacare, which is a disaster, and you have one person that wants to stop and redefine health care. I mean, my health care insurance has tripled since Obamacare has come.
You're not the only one. Okay. So
I'd like to go back to the comment and the slogan of Make America Great Again. What exactly does that mean, and when will we great?
When will we great?
What is that time frame that you're referring to?
That Donald Trump wants.
Well, I want to know exactly what specific time frame you're referring to.
I think it's really great because right now there's not one enemy of the United States that respects us. Look at what Iran has done. Look at what Soviet Union, I can't say Soviet Union anymore, but they're still the Soviet Union, the Russians. I mean, all they did is change their name and all the same people that were in charge. They don't respect us anymore. I really believe that when Ronald Reagan was president, when George Bush 1 was president, when George Bush 2 was, even when Bill Clinton. I think that the world had respect for us. Today, there is very little respect for the United States outside of here. Plus, when you look at the injustices of our minorities, being one, if you look at the supposed labor rate right now in the United States, it's 4.5. Yet you go into the African American labor rate, it's 9. And those numbers are deflated. So I can probably tell you that our real unemployment is in the 12 and the African Americans in the 24. So why is it that our minorities now have less home ownership than they did before?
Right.
So that's Make America Great Again.
Well,
Everybody's got to have opportunity.
I would like to say this though. If we're talking about making America great again, at an international scale, being feared or respected, at a national level, when Reagan was president, that's also when we had the highest rates of incarceration of African Americans.
No, actually, we have them now. No. We have
the
highest rate of
and the crack
incarcerations of African Americans and Latinos is right now.
Where did that begin?
We have never.
Where did that begin?
It began
with Ronald Reagan.
It began with Bill Clinton passing the laws that he passed to incarcerate. And you can look it up.
No, I know. Bill Clinton had 3 strikes. Yes,
Bill Clinton started it.
We could talk forever, and I want to. But we're going to end it for this segment, and we're going to bring you back again.
Thank you.
Thank you, John. I appreciate you.
Antonio on too, and you guys can duke it out. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it. That was good. So now we need to wrap it up. That's it for this show. Thanks so much to Phil Washington. Thanks to John Goya. Is there a big finger in the shot right now? As we're trying to run the teleprompter, is it working? Okay, we won't worry about it. Thanks to, who else? Thanks to John Goya for being on the set with us. Thanks also to the Crown City News team and to the entire in-studio crew. Of course, we want to thank our sponsors also.
Yes, we want to thank our sponsors, including Foothill Transit, EH Financial, East San Gabriel Valley ROP, Color Dots and the Smile Agency, NGOK Global Consultants, and the San Gabriel Valley Economic Partnership for making this show possible.
And don't forget to visit us on CrownCityNews.com, the Crown City News YouTube page, our CCN and CCN Sunrise Twitter and Facebook, KBMD Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 5 a.m. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you next time.
Thank you.